For our very first installment of XFA On Demand from the XFA studios in Las Vegas, we're joined by Kevin Ross. How are you, man?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Fresh back from Guadalajara.
That's right.
You got some stitches on your head. What happened?
Couple. Took an elbow,
Yeah?
second round, 9 stitches. But I won the fight, kept my belt.
Pretty brutal fight?
Yeah, it was real close. You know, he was real tough. He's Mexican. They're all tough. So.
Yeah?
He actually broke his arm somewhere in the fight. And,
Did he really?
yeah, I snapped it with an elbow, cracked it. Didn't even know.
Okay, what's the future for Kevin Ross? I mean, you defended the title successfully. Are you looking for another opponent, another contender to come up and give you another run for it, or?
Yeah, you know, I'm always looking for tough fights, whether it's for the belt or a different organization like the XFA or, you know, whatever I can get. I'm just looking for tough fights.
You've had some good fights recently. You had a kind of a tough fight, your first one in the XFA against Mark Holst, who's a Canadian guy. He actually also gave a lot of problems to a good friend of yours, Mark Beecher. Holst. I mean, is he a guy that surprised you with his ability? You fought him in the XFA, and you took the fight on really short notice, and he outweighed you, which are a couple of very important things that I don't want to discount.
Right.
But he's a tough dude. But tell me your thoughts on it as a fighter.
He's one of those guys that just kind of, you wouldn't really expect him to, I don't know, knock people out the way he does. I don't know, it's just weird. Like when you watch him fight, it doesn't look like he's really trying to hit people hard or putting a lot of, you know, motion into his punches. He's got really long reach and he just lands shots good. I'd like to fight him again.
Your second fight for the XFA, a little bit of a different story.
Yeah. That turned out a little bit better.
Yeah, you put on a show, man. You were out there and doing, would you call them crocodile kicks? Is that the technical term?
I don't know. You know, I kind of took that kick from one of my favorite fighters, Sanchai, guy that fights in Thailand. He does it a little different. He completely comes off the ground and does it. So I kind of took his and put my own twist on it.
We're going to do something right now called 3 Rounds with Kevin Ross. It's something that we do here on XFA On Demand. You just tell me your thoughts on each of these topics, okay? First one. Sure. Kimbo versus Ken Shamrock. Some people are saying it's bad for the sport. What do you think?
Bad for the sport? You know, the whole thing with things being bad for the sport, it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, getting the sport out there is one of the most important things, but you also want to represent it well, too. And sometimes you got to do things that aren't exactly representative of the sport as good to get it out there as much, you know. But, you know, Kimbo's a good fighter. You know, everyone kind of, oh, he was a street fighter and this and that, but he trains hard, you know, he puts the time in, and he can fight anybody he wants to because he's determined and this is what he wants to do, so I think it would be a good fight.
The future of Affliction is round number 2. What do you think about this organization, their business model, the way they're doing things?
I watched the Affliction card. They had some good fights. It seemed a little long, and the production wasn't so good on the video. You know, I'm sure there it was really nice, and something just didn't seem to be clicking. I don't know if it's because it was their first show or what, and the whole concert thing I thought was a terrible idea. I don't want to watch a concert in the middle of 2 hours of fighting, you know, I don't need that kind of break. But, you know, they're trying too, so hopefully they can work the bugs out, and, you know, they got good fighters. So.
Okay, if they paid you $800,000 to get beat up by Fedor, would you do it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, me too.
I'll punch him too, man. I'll try.
Get him back?
Yeah.
Third and final round. What do you think about Randy Couture and Brock Lesnar?
You know, Brock Lesnar is one of those guys, he's just so big and powerful that, you know, everybody's going to have a hard time with him. And I think no matter how long he trains and how much better he gets, he's always going to revert to that. Just smothering people, diving on them, wrestling, boring kind of, you know. He's doing what he needs to do to win, but it's not really all that exciting.
3 Rounds with Kevin Ross, XFA On Demand. Thank you for watching.